Let's talk about 10 of the most common reasons why a lot of agents fail when it comes to closing deals or overcoming objections. Number one is not even trying to close. See, sometimes you don't realize that you're not even closing a deal. You're not even trying to close a deal. Just giving them information doesn't mean you're closing a deal. Telling them, look, this is the best option for you. We work with 70 different companies. We want to help you. This option is the best one because of your situation, because of your tickets. That's not closing the deal. That's setting up the presentation. That's making the quote realistic. That's not closing the deal. So you have to understand what closing the deal means. So the first, number one, and write it down, the first common mistake is that you're not even closing the deal. You're not even trying to close the deal. So you're going to learn that you're going to learn how to close deals from watching other segments, but you have to understand that's number one. You're not even closing deals. So if you're just offering information, that's not closing deals. You're educating the client, that's not closing deals. You're offering, definitions of or just the difference between coverages, you're not closing deals. So you have to understand, you have to try to close a deal first. Don't just offer information. Offering information is fantastic. That's part of the system. But if you're not closing the deal, how do you expect them to say yes? Another reason is also believing that pressuring the client or being aggressive in the sense of consistent, repetitive information and constant education or pressuring the client to make a decision today is bad. It's not bad at all. Matter of fact, from all the segments that you're going to be watching on this course of handling objections and closing deals, you're going to understand I keep pushing and pushing and pressuring and emphasizing and elaborating on make a decision today. I'm going to be so aggressive, so persistent on closing the deal that they're either going to say yes or they're going to say let's do it. Still the same thing. But you have to understand pressuring the client in a positive way is not negative. And see, I don't mean being aggressive, being unprofessional, being rude, being disrespectful, or making the customer feel bad. No, I mean being aggressive, putting a lot of pressure, but on realistically the benefits of them making a decision. See, I could tell you as a customer, look, I want you to make a decision today because I know you deserve the best. I know you deserve a better outcome. I know you're a hardworking individual. You work so hard to protect your family and protect yourself. Why would you put yourself in this position? I'm a professional. I care about my job. I want you to make a decision. See, I could be pressuring. I could use a lot of confidence. My projection is going to sound a little bit pushy, but I don't mean any harm. I'm here for the best interest of the client. So you have to understand, pressuring is not a bad thing. The next one, you cannot get caught in emotions. What do I mean? Feeling bad for the customer. That's one of them. Customer tells you, look, I'm going through some situations, and you start getting emotional, meaning you get caught in the emotions. Oh, poor client. Well, maybe he doesn't have any money. Maybe I shouldn't pressure him too much. No, that's fine. Let him come back. I had a customer once that gave me an excuse, which is just an excuse. He said, look, well, first he said he had money. Then he said, I don't have any money. Matter of fact, I need to send money to Mexico because, my mother's funeral. Does that even make sense? He said he had money to be in. Now he's using that excuse. Shame on him. But I don't believe him, so I don't care. Not in a negative way. Don't misinterpret my concept or my philosophy on not accepting what they tell me. I do care about my clients. I care about my agents. I care about my clients. I care about my company. I care about me. I care about everything that I do. But what I do not care is excuses, because I really truly don't know if those excuses are real objections or they're just excuses. And if they tell you one thing and then all of a sudden they're changing their story, to me it's just an excuse. I'm not going to fall under that. At least I'm not, and you better not as well. So don't get caught up in the emotions. I'll give you another excuse. Another situation. You get intimidated. The customer screams at you and you start feeling bad, like, oh, I can't believe I'm getting treated like this. I don't deserve to, stop. Stop with the emotions. Don't get caught in the emotions. Stop. It's okay. They don't mean it. They're just, it's just their defensive mechanism. They're accustomed to rejecting. They're accustomed to maybe being a little bit more rude, a little bit more straightforward. It's okay. Life is full of this. If you can't accept it from a client, the real world is gonna destroy you. It's okay. Don't get caught within the emotions. They don't mean it. Matter of fact, they may be doing it on purpose so you can leave them alone. They may tell you, look, leave me alone. And then you're like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, why is he screaming at me? I didn't do anything. Don't get caught in the emotions. Stay focused, stay confident. Remember, your goal is to close a deal at whatever it takes. Do not lose focus. Do not get caught within emotions. Or let me just add to that before I forget. Maybe you don't want to go through the emotions, meaning the customer's a little bit more difficult, and you don't want to deal with that. Come on, let's keep it together. Okay? The most difficult clients, or the ones that seem more difficult, are the nicest clients. It's just the beginning. Then they're gonna apologize. They're gonna tell you, "I'm sorry, I was rude. I'm always a little bit rude in the beginning. Forgive me. But thank you for working with me," because not everybody is willing to work with me. Don't forget, your job, duty, obligation is to help them, regardless, whatever it takes. Sometimes they just need someone to listen to them. They need someone to take a little beating. Close the deal. Don't forget, that's your goal, to close the deal. Another reason, so I guess this is number 5, 4. Okay? Sometimes we don't believe in our service. Maybe you don't believe in what you're doing because you don't know why, or you don't know how you're helping them, or you don't understand the situation. Maybe you don't believe in yourself because you're still learning. Put that to the side. Remember, I teach you from day one, you're an aggressive sales agent. You're number one. Your mentality, you're out there to close every single deal. There's not a deal that you can't close. That's the mentality you need to have. So don't lose focus on this. You have to believe that you're here to help them. That's number 1. You have to believe that you're doing the right thing. That's number 2. You have to believe that they're here and they need your help. You have to believe that the way we help them is by helping them purchase the best auto insurance policy. So you have to remember, you're doing something positive. A lot of agencies out there, a lot of companies out there are not willing to do what you're doing. So don't lose focus and don't get discouraged, and make sure you constantly believe in what you're doing. If you don't believe in the service that you're offering, if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to accomplish anything. The next one. So this is 5. Number 5, sometimes you don't understand that it takes a little bit more than the usual to close some of these deals. So you may have to be a little bit more persistent. You have to be more pushy. You have to be more consistent. So it may take a lot more effort than what you calculated. So miscalculating the effort that is going to take to convince your client. So you have to understand that it's always going to take more than what you're calculating. And if you don't understand that, you're going to throw the towel. See, the reason why I could close deals is because I don't give up. I have 100 solutions. And if there's 1,000 objections, I have 1,001 solutions. What does it mean? I'm willing to go all the way. Let's go through a marathon. They have objections, I have solutions. For every objection they have, I have 10 solutions. Why? Because I'm estimating that it's going to take me 10 times more than the normality, than the usual effort to convince this client. So I prepare myself with so much knowledge. I prepare myself with so